What's good, YouTube man? It's your boy Marvin. We back again with another crazy editing tutorial. And today's video, I'm basically going to be doing a how to make a thumbnail like my boy Quan puppy cute thumbnail. So there's a lot of questions I get. There's a lot of DMs I get. How you make this thumbnails? How you do those thumbnails? And if you follow me on Instagram, you guys should know I work with a lot of big content creators. So in this video, I'm basically gonna be teaching you guys how I make his thumbnails. I've been making his thumbnails for the past couple months now, and honestly, they're not complicated. They're not hard. Today we're gonna go over 3 different styles: card content, girl content, and then more serious type of content. I break it down to 3 different categories because that's basically what his whole channel basically consists of. So the first thumbnail style that we're gonna go over is gonna be this one. You've probably already seen this thumbnail on his channel. This thumbnail didn't really take too much time. It was just more detail and trying to change background, colors, and stuff like that. So first thing first, I'm going to bring the picture that he sent me. We had used one of his old videos as like an example or like as a guide to where he wanted to go. So basically that's what I did. Another thing that he doesn't like is to kind of like just leave. He only likes to leave his skin tone or like colors the same way that he sends them to me. So back then I would touch them a little, but I don't do that no more. I just leave it as it is because that's what he likes. So I would always try to leave it as natural as possible. That's one of the main things he likes. Don't play around with the colors. I don't really touch too much. Maybe the car I play around with it, but when it comes to like his skin or like his colors, it would just be the way it is. So first thing first, I have the image right here that he originally sent me. We scale it all the way up to somewhere like, you want to make sure that you are like in the frame, because you got to think about it like YouTube. You're going through all these images, through all these thumbnails, but you want to make yours the one that like catches people's attention. Like you want them to stop and just click on your video. So you really want to just scale yourself up, make sure you're all the way up, like in the center of the thumbnail, like in your face type, like I'm right here. You know what I'm trying to say? So make sure you do that. I try to leave no space whatsoever, like between the cars and the outsides, just to like make sure it catches everything. So we'll leave it like this. 2 different ways that we can cut out the image. We have quick selection tool like that. Usually I'll do it for the person just because I don't want to take too long, and I probably won't make this part of the video too long either. We're just gonna do like a general run, I guess you could say. But I'll normally just cut him out like this. I don't want to take too long cutting him out. I'll cut him out, Command J. Then we're gonna grab the pencil on the side, and we'll just go and do this all the way around the car. Like I said, I'm not trying to do too much work or like spend too much time on this thumbnail cutting out and all that, but you get the point. So you just cut out the image. Not gonna be the best cut out, but something slight, fast, quick. Then Google search up like desert background. Just grab something like this, I guess. I'll just slap it in the frame. Kill it up. Boom, boom. Make sure it is like angle or like level with the floor. You use the razor tool. Erase a little bit. You don't want to like keep everything. Then to get rid of the white lines, you don't want to leave those white lines. You want to make sure that there is nothing there, so you can just grab either this healing brush or the clone tool. So how this works is you're gonna go to the main picture, you're gonna rasterize it, so right click, then you're gonna hold option, for example here, and then you just wanna like paint over it like that. You wanna be careful though. So we could really just go make this a little bigger. Let me see. Option. You just wanna make sure it doesn't get anything. Then option. Alright, for this one, you can just probably do quick selection too. I mean this, the healing brush. Until it's not gonna get there. I didn't do as much of a good job, but that still looks okay. Then the next thing, I get changing the color of the bag So you can use the same thing, quick cutout, like this. Nothing crazy. Make selection. Okay. Command J, Command U. Colorize. You can change the color of the back to whatever color you want. And bring it to the front. Something like that. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into everything because I really just don't, it's very simple stuff. You just cut the image. And for the lights, we're just gonna use the brush tool like this. Go to this thing right here, linear dodge, or you can even just go, like that. Same thing, linear dodge, and you can just go to blur, Gaussian blur. Just kind of give it like a little bit more light. There we go, just like that. You can play around as much as you want to. And that's basically going to be it for this one. I'm not going to spend too much time because I don't want to make this video too long. We're just going to delete all this. Next out is going to be the girl type of content. You probably already seen this channel too. Same thing. I don't really do much. I just quick selection tool. Cut them out. You can play around with this if you want to. You don't really have to. But sometimes I'll do this. Or bring the exposure a little bit. Just like that. Then you can go effects, outer glow, just add a little outer glow like that. Now I always try to change the background because I don't want it's too much going on in the background. You got all these posters right here, too many images, just too much. You can't really focus on them. So one thing we could do is just get rid of the background. We're gonna try to still keep some of the background. So for example, this part of the couch, just so that they know that they're on the couch. So I'm just gonna cut this out like that. Once you cut out this, you're just gonna make selection, Command J, and then you can just get rid of the background. So as you guys can see, obviously it's not a really good cutout because I would spend more time just trying to cut everything out like little by little, because over here the hat kind of just got bitten. So you can always go back, fix it. So if I wanted to, I could just go back, use the pen tool, fix this little part here, click it together, make selection, Command J, and take the outer glow, put it together, back again, FX, outer glow. There we go. Get rid of the background. Now there's a lot of things that quick selection tool won't do for you, so you do have to go back and just fix it yourself. So for example, this part here is missing. There's still some parts from the old background. You can always just kind of try to fix it. So you can just go this, like that. And you're just gonna go all the way. Now there is gonna be hard with this little details, but that's okay. You can just kind of just try to get as much as you can. That. Now I use a pencil all the time, so I do have more experience. You don't have to be that much experience, but Command X to just get rid of it. Then you want to go on Google again, search up penthouse background. Just something nice, whatever you want to use. It doesn't really have to be nothing too crazy. Slap it on the back. We'll resize it a little bit. Hold on. We'll resize it. Like that. And we'll add the heart eye emoji. Like this. Drop shadow, outer glow, and then boom, there you have it. That's the second thumbnail style. It's just nothing too crazy. He just likes little things like that. So this is like the latest one he sent me. You guys probably already seen it. So for this one, he asked me to get rid of the tattoos, the shirt, and change the color of the pants. Now, one thing that we did forget, and it was mainly, well, we both didn't really pay attention to it. It was this right here. That you guys could see the shadow right here. We both forgot that. We did not notice that. We did not pay attention to it. I saw it once the video went up. I was like, oh no, like I messed up on that. But I don't know if he changed it. I sent him a new one, but for this one I had to get rid of the tattoos, change the color of the shirt to white. It was a lot of work for this one, so rarely happens. Sometimes he'll just ask for like something simple. The next type of thumbnail style that we're gonna go over is going to be like a lifestyle type of thumbnail, which is kind of like more basic, more simple. It's nothing crazy. So it's going to be this one. This one is kind of like, it's very simple. I don't really do too much to it. The only thing I do is just cut out the background. I'll show you guys the original picture he sent. You'll get my creative feedback on this. He'll give me his input, I'll give him my input, and then from there we'll come up with whatever idea we both agree on. So obviously, if you look at this, you would be lost. You would be like, what am I supposed to do to this picture? How do I change it? How do I make it more catchy? If you take a thumbnail like this and you want to do exactly what he does, or what I do, is pay attention to the background and the things that you could change in the background. So for example, this right here, you can just change it to the city like I had it on the final thumbnail, so you can see the differences. So for this one, I changed the background. Obviously the image, I don't think it was big enough to fit the whole thing. I have to copy it twice, but it doesn't seem like I did, because I try to make sure it blends in correctly and I try to cut every little detail. But I'll show you guys real quick how you could probably do that too. So for example, the first thing we're just gonna do is right now, we're just gonna cut the image. Try to get as much as you can. So as you guys can see, I try to leave this right here. So we're just gonna try to go with our creative minds, try to kind of like come up with a shape for it, because you can't really tell too much. I have to really make my own shape, as you guys can see. So you can go over here. It's gonna take some time, but if you really want to do this and you really want to go viral, then you gotta do what you gotta do. So a thumbnail, you gotta really think about it as like a flyer or like something you're begging attention for. Like you can't just throw something together and be like, okay, call it a day, that's it. I've worked with big creators. Like I think one of the biggest ones that I've worked for is probably going to be Danny Duncan, and he really doesn't care too much about like too much detail, but as long as it looks catchy and looks clean and it really looks like insane, then like that's all that matters. And some people really don't care too much about thumbnails, but you really do have to, like, I think you gotta spend the most time on your thumbnail than on your video, because if your thumbnail doesn't look right, then the whole video is just pointless. But yeah, let's just keep going with this. I'm gonna just try to cut this like that. And stuff. So you want to go one by one. We're gonna rasterize it. Obviously the background's already there, but you just want to go like this. Just kind of like, I kind of just speed forward to it. So I cut this one out, I cut this out, I cut this out right here, and I still left all the cars, and then I left some of the street from the old picture, because then it's gonna give you like an idea of like, oh, they're like above the city type thing, so or like a level where they can see the city. They're up here, the city is down here, so they have an amazing view from the gas station, whatever. Then for this, I cut him out, added a little glow to the back of him in the background. You guys already know how to do that because I already showed you on the previous one. Added a red glow. Quan likes to do that a lot on the logo too. But yes, that's basically it. So I'm not gonna keep making this video too long because it's already 20 minutes long. and I am probably gonna cut most of it out. Hope you guys learned something from this. This is going to be part 1. I might come back and do a more in-depth one, so I might take, like, depending on how much you guys like this video and the feedback I get from this video, because this is my first video back from like months without posting. I'm still getting used to the camera. I'm still getting used to talk through the whole entire thing and the whole process. Usually I record, post it on Instagram, Facebook, and that's it. But I'm really trying to grow now. I'm really trying to just expand myself as a content creator myself, and as well as help other people out. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful in some way or another. If you got questions, just comment down below. I'll make sure to cover that on the next video after this one. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. In the road to 6,000. We're almost there. We're basically 500 subs away from that. So I'll see you guys in the next one.